I'm Ashley from Young Travel Art. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and this waterfall. Today we are going to try to paint this waterfall, and our subject. The challenge is to use blank ink to paint white water. Let's try it out.
First, use a pencil to sketch this out. Just make sure the trees are where they should be and the waterfall is the right size. Then dip the little combination brush into light ink to cover and paint more details over the sketch. For the trees, paint from upwards, varying the thickness of your lines. Paint fast when you paint thin branches, and slowly when you paint thick branches. Don't add too much water to the brush because it can cause big darts. I use the brush like in calligraphy. Press and sweep. Paint the trees behind darker than the ones in front. These different tones show different layers. This is how a three-dimensional effect is achieved in Chinese painting. When you sketch nature, you should focus on the features of your subject. Here we have many trees. Also, two ones on this other tree. Behind the trees, paint the outline of the rocks. It won't be a big rock, so to paint it vividly. Now paint the rock's edge using the tip of the brush. You don't have to paint every layer, just the most prominent ones. Skip the waterfall for now and paint the rock on the other side. Paint a little rock at the bottom. Besides the rock, there are some trees. Paint the branches first. When sketching nature, it is better to paint the scenery in front first. Paint the branches that cross each other. Then paint another rock behind the trees. Use dark ink to paint shadows at the top of the rock. Also, paint shadows between the trees. Paint more rocks. Try feedback strokes for the rocks. Add more trees on the top. Remember that you don't have to paint every tree in the sense. Just choose some in the front or the ones you find most interesting. Time for our main subject, the waterfall. Use the same brush with dark ink. Start with some rocks, because the water will be white. Here is how to use blank ink to paint white water. The tip paints the rocks and the shadows of the water. For the shadow, sweep the brush and paint downwards fast. It is good to use feedback strokes. To paint more details, I use the side of the brush for short lines. Just press 1/3 of the brush to sweep it quickly. That's about it for the waterfall shadow. Easy enough? Leave different sized space between each line. Some lines are long and some short. Repaint the dark part. To make sure the painting has different tones, put more details in just the front of the waterfall. Use the middle part of the brush to paint a horizontal line for the bridge. The key to painting straight is to go fast while always touching the Paper lightly with your pinky. Relax your wrist. Paint 4 lines and add short lines for the writing. Behind the bridge, paint small borders with light ink. Now check the overall tone of your painting. A beautiful design with different tones, dark, white, and green. Paint the lower rocks darker and the bottom of the painting. Use light ink to paint the water. Keeping the brush dry, compare your painting to the real scene. The water is shadowed by the rocks. So, paint back and forth at the shadow part. Make your painting colorful. Combine blue ink with a little water to paint the waterfall. Just paint on the green part. Then add a little red to mix with blue to get purple. To paint the water on the bottom, try to leave some white space. Use brown to paint rocks. Some students have asked me whether you should color from the front to the back or back to front. I generally color the front first. Today, we'll try the reverse to see how it comes out. Keep painting the rock with brown, leaning the branches for now. We'll get to them once the rocks dry. Mix blue, red, and green to get a dark green. And paint the trees in the background. Don't paint too many details, just the shadow, the trees, and the top can be darker. Paint the leaves in groups with dark ink. This is the first layer. The second layer is painted with light ink. Paint the leaves in different shapes. Use short strokes. Notice how for this painting. We first colored in the background and now at the foreground. If you want a dark green, just add a little bit of blue to your green. This color to paint in the dark spaces. This way, the dark ink is more varied. Add yellow to green to paint the leaves. When you paint, you can also leave spaces. Adding more yellow makes it shiner. Try to add some yellow to the water, just a little bit to make it shiny. Add a little red on the bridge. Mix blue, red, and brown to paint the branches. Paint the background mountains brown. Use green and yellow to paint the leaves behind the bridge. Now use yellow to paint the water again. Do you know how to paint a waterfall now?